Always great catching up with my next guest, Joshua Van, back in action. Big fight here. Bruno Silva, UFC 313, March 8th. Josh, how's it going, man?
Everything is good right now, you know what I mean? Training camp has been great, so can't wait to go.
Yeah, I bet. And you must have been excited about getting this fight in particular. The last guy to beat Bruno Silva was Manel Kopp. He obviously got a big opportunity here fighting in that main event on March 1st. So just tell me how this all came together and how excited you were to get Bruno as an opponent.
For me, it wasn't really, you know what I mean, much of a different who I'm fighting, you know what I mean? As long as I'm fighting like a rank higher than me, I'm happy. Yeah. So it turned out to be Bruno Silva, and I'm happy, man.
Okay. When did you find out about the fight? How much notice did you get?
I think 2-3 weeks ago. So
okay.
This time we got time, you know, to prepare.
Yeah. That's always nice for sure. Quickly, let's talk about that last fight against Cody Durden. That was a really good win for you. Cody's ranked. You get more ranked wins. That always looks good on the resume. Just how happy were you with your performance in that fight?
Man, I was very happy. Just because, you know, most of my fight, you know, I've been getting touched up and stuff like that. And my last fight, like, I didn't really get touched. So I was able to, like, celebrate more than I usually have, you know what I mean? And get back to training camp, like, a little faster than usual. So I was happy with my performance, and I was happy with the outcome.
I'd say so. And I imagine this was kind of the good time to come back after that last fight, because that was in December. We're still talking about a fight in early 2025. So you must have been happy to, fight kind of close together, which is good.
Yeah, man. I want to fight every 3 or 4 months. You know what I mean? So just to keep me active and stuff. So perfect time.
Bruno Silva, 14-6-2 record, is not afraid to stand and trade. How are you looking at this fight stylistically with you and him?
Man, it's going to be a banger. You know, he bringing that fire. I was bringing that fire. So I think we're going to meet in the middle of the ring, in the cage. And I think we're going to bang it out. So.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fight of the night for sure. How do you fight a guy like him and not lose composure? Because I know, the thinking is you want to go for the kill, you want to kill him, but you also got to make sure you don't get hit either. Do you have to kind of have technical violence, I guess would be the best way to put it?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you just said it. He got power, you know what I mean, in both hands. So I gotta watch out for his hand for sure, and outsmart him. You know, if he come to the ground, outsmart him. If it's just striking fight, then outsmart him. So just outsmart him in general. Yeah.
Okay. Camp, anything different? Who've been some of the main guys helping you get ready for this one?
Same guy, Alden Correa, Sebastian Rodriguez, and Micah. All those guys been helping me. So basically the same thing. Just keep getting better as every fight.
Yeah, if you keep winning, you might as well keep it how it is. Don't want to mess anything around, right? Like I said, really good win in your last fight. By the way, I see you're wearing a hoodie. Is it cold in Texas right now? I have no idea what the weather's like.
Nah, man, it's getting hot now, but it's the house is cold, so.
Okay, gotcha. I was gonna say, like, I live in Canada and it's cold here, but I didn't think usually you guys get really good weather over there in Texas, right? So it's I was just curious about that, because I'm like if he's wearing a hoodie, I can't imagine how cold you'd be if you lived where I live. So it's been a little bit different. But anyways, yeah, well, it's good to hear that. Well, it's not good that your house is cold, but at least you got the hoodie, right? So
yeah,
there you go. I'm a hoodie guy too. How's the weight cut going? I know you always make weight, but everything according to plan?
The weight right now is perfect for the, you know what I mean? And I feel like we ahead too. So the weight is always good.
Okay. And I think I know the answer to this, but how's this one playing out on March 8th? How do you see the fight unfolding?
I would say KO, knockout, but I don't want to jinx it. You know what I mean? So it's going to be...
Well, what you should do is say, I'm going to go to a decision. It's going to be a hard fought fight. And then you might get the knockout anyways, right? Because then it'll play out, do the opposite, right?
Yeah, because man, the top 15 guys, man, they tough as hell. You know what I mean? Like look at Cody, my last fight. You know what I mean? He won't just go down, stuff like that. So, all respect to them, but victory at all costs.
I mentioned, obviously there's a lot going on in your division. So we have a new main event now, a week before you. Manel Kopp now fighting Asu. I'm sure you know Asu, who defeated Matthias Nicolau in his last fight. Just your thoughts on that matchup. I think that's going to be a really interesting fight. It sucks for Brandon Royval. I wanted to see that fight too. But what do you make of Asu in the division? Are you familiar with him at all?
Yeah, I know Manel, and I think I ran into Asu a couple of times. We'd be on the same card or whatever. I think it's gonna be a good fight. You know what I mean? Good. Is that fight for like a number one contender?
I don't know. I really don't, because I think the rumor right now is Pantoja's fighting Kai Kara France, right? I think that's the rumor for Miami. It's not official yet. And then obviously with Royval injured, then they announced Brandon Moreno and Steve Erceg. So it seems like there's a bit of a tournament going on. I don't know, is would be my guess, right? And you got Asu and Kopp. I think if Kopp wins, they probably give him the title shot because it's a fresh matchup. But I don't know. I was actually curious your thoughts on that. Do you think, I would think Kopp would be leading the way just because it's a fresh matchup, right?
That's what I think too. If Kopp win, I think he get the title for sure. I thought Kai versus Pantoja was already confirmed or something, but
it might be. I don't know. I just saw I was just on Tapology. That's usually where they update everything, and it seems that it just still says rumor. So I don't know if the UFC still needs to announce it or whatever. I mean, it makes sense, right? Kai coming off that big win over Steve Erceg, I think it would make sense for him to fight Pantoja. So that certainly makes sense. What about your card though, man? Two fights I wanted to ask you about quickly: Dan Hooker, Justin Gaethje. How do you think that fight plays out? That's going to be extremely violent, kind of like your fight.
I'm a big fan of both of those guys, man. I think it's gonna be a banger. I don't think it will go to a decision. Is it 5 round or 3 round?
I think it's 5. Yeah.
Damn, it will not go to 5 round. Just because Justin Gaethje, man, he hit hard, and Dan Hooker, you know what I mean, with those knees and elbows, and man, it's gonna be a crazy fight.
Who do you give the edge to though? Because obviously it's interesting. Hooker's coming off a couple wins. Gaethje's coming off that knockout loss to Holloway. Who do you give the edge to?
I think it's a 50-50. But if I have to do it, then Justin Gaethje, just because of the power. Yeah.
What about the main event, Pereira and Ankalaev? Who do you think wins the light heavyweight title?
Man, I'm a big fan of Pereira, so I gotta go with him.
Okay, fair enough. 2 more I wanted to ask you about quickly. Leon Edwards is fighting Jack Della Maddalena. I don't know if you know who that is. Jack's the guy who knocked out Gilbert Burns. He's the Aussie guy. He's fighting Leon Edwards, who obviously was the former champ at 170. You have a take on that fight or no?
I don't know who the other guys is, but Leon is very technical guy, so I think he will win a decision.
Okay, fair enough. And just one more I wanted to ask you, but it's not booked yet, but it looks like Shavkat Rakhmonov and Bilal Muhammad are going to fight for the welterweight title. Do you have a favorite in that one? Who do you think gets it done?
Damn, I think if Shavkat win, I think he will make the division exciting, you know what I mean, just because of his fighting style and stuff. So I'll go with him.
Okay, we'll take that. And then one other thing I wanted to mention, just because I know it's a weight class up, but Henry Cejudo and Song Yadong are fighting actually next week for that Seattle card. I know Song's favored to win. Do you agree with that, or do you think Cejudo can pull that one off with his wrestling?
Now, I think Song got it. To be honest, Henry Cejudo, he be taking times off and stuff like that. Most of sometime when you do like that and trying to come back, it don't play well for you guys. So for you know what I mean, I think you know what I mean. Yeah,
no, of course I know what you mean. Like the activity level, and Pseudo's getting older and all that stuff too, so certainly does favor Song in that regard. I understand that for sure. What about you? I mentioned it there, Manel Kopp knocked out Bruno Silva in his last fight. He's got this main event, and maybe if he wins this fight, we could be talking about a title shot. Do you think a similar thing could happen here if you go out there and finish Silva or get a pretty dominant win? I'd imagine that's got to move you up the division quite well, I would think.
Yeah, for sure. I'm getting the top, at least top 7 and up. You know what I mean? If I win this fight, but if we're talking about title, then I think I still need more fight. You know what I mean? For sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, I think you need a couple more. But saying that, flyweight seems pretty wide open, and I think one of the advantages you haven't fought Pantoja. A lot of these other guys have, right? And it seems like the UFC seems like they're leaning more towards, maybe giving some new opportunities. I don't know. It kind of seems that way.
Yeah. Hopefully, you know what I mean? If it go as planned, we win this fight, and then hopefully maybe 1 or 2 more fight, and then we can be talking about title.
There we go. Exactly. That would be a good year. And then what do you think of that? We talked about it there, the Pantoja and France fight. Do you think France can get it done, or do you think Pantoja will retain his title there?
Pantoja already beat him once, right?
They did. It was. I think that was on the Ultimate Fighter, if I'm not correct. If I remember correctly, I'm gonna go double check that. But yeah, they fought years ago, so it's a little bit different than. I mean, both have leveled up. Obviously, Pantoja's the champ now, but he fought him. I think it was. I'm just looking here. I'm cheating. I'm looking at Tapology, but they fought in 2016 on the Ultimate Fighter, and Pantoja won a decision. So again, we're gonna get a different look from both guys. But what do you make of them now fighting all these years later?
I feel like Pantoja, if Pantoja can hold him down, then he take it. But Kai, you know, he got power in both hands too. So if he catches him, then I think it's over, man.
What do you think's more likely?
I would lean again. I would lean with the champ right now.
Okay, that's fair. Putting you on the spot as usual. Let's talk about something else. Did you watch the Super Bowl yesterday? What did you think?
No, I didn't watch it.
Really? Okay, fair enough. I guess. Are you like one of these like fair weather fans where like unless like I don't know. Are you a Cowboys fan or Texans fan?
Or
neither? You don't watch football?
I don't really watch football, but I like Texas. You know, I'm from Texas and shit.
Yeah, so you'd cheer for one of them if they were in it, because it was obviously Kansas City and Philly. Did you watch the UFC over the weekend, or did you miss that too?
No, I think I missed it, but I watched Tapori and
Alexander, the bantamweight, yeah. He put on a good fight. Did you see the co-main event? Weili Zhang put on quite the performance on Tatiana Suarez. Did you see that?
No, I didn't watch none of the main card.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. If I thought maybe you caught some highlights there. Just last question, like what's downtime looking like right now during camp? Like what are you getting up to when you're not training and all that? What's that looking like?
Man, like my last camp and this camp, like it's kind of similar, you know. I'll be taking some time off sometime, and then like more focusing on recovery. You know what I mean? Before, like I was just work, and I didn't think about the recovery times, but this time, like I only do 2 times a day. You know what I mean? And get massaged more often, and then ice bath and stuff like that. So more recovery time, man. Do
you only do the ice baths after training, or like when do you do them?
I do them on Sunday, like after training. So
cool. Okay, I do them. Obviously, I'm not a fighter, but I've been doing cold plunging for like 2 years now. I do it every day. It's a mental hurdle, man, especially like how cold it is here in Vancouver, but it's I don't know. I feel like it's a good way to start your day, because it's like a really tough thing you get out of the way. You know what I mean?
Damn, you crazy. But
a little bit, yeah. Not as crazy, dude. You punch people in the face for a living. I'm just I talk on a microphone. I think what you do is way more crazy than what I do. But yeah, that's fair.
In the face and sitting in there.
Sitting in the cold plunge. Fair enough. I'd imagine too, where you live in Texas, where it's so hot, you probably don't want to be near any cold anyway. So I can understand that for sure. Josh, thanks so much for doing this, man. We're looking forward to it. UFC 313, really good pay-per-view coming up here March 8th. Anyone you want to thank? Any sponsors? Any social media you want to mention? I'll give you the last word.
I want to thank my teammate, Firearms Fight Club, as in the boxing gym, Temple Construction, and all my teammate and all the supporter. Thank you. I do this shit for you guys.
There we go, man. It's great.